David Benavidez calls out Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. Roll the clip.
Guys, it's David Benavidez. I have my... Yo, what's up, guys? It's David Benavidez. I have my upcoming fight with David Lemieux. I feel like first things first, I got to take care of my business, but I feel like I get past David Lemieux. But the next best fight, for me, I feel like it's Boo Boo Andrade. So I see Andrade's coming up to 168. So let's make it happen, Eddie. Yo, what's up, guys?
David Benavidez says, let's make the Boo Boo fight happen after my next fight. We about to talk about all that and more. Stay tuned.
Guys, it's David Benavidez. I have my...
You guys heard it from David right here.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's David Benavidez. I have my upcoming fight with David Lemieux. I feel like first things first, I got to take care of my business, but I feel like I get past David Lemieux. But the next best fight, for me, I feel like it's Boo Boo Andrade. So I see Andrade's coming up to 168. So let's make it happen, Eddie.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego in the back with some more boxing. You guys heard it from the horse's mouth. David Benavidez says he wants Boo Boo Andrade. Now, I want to get my thoughts on this. For starters, it's a great fight, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Eddie Hearn has not showed me the propensity to garner these mega fights, especially with crossover fighters from premier boxing champions. So as much as I like the fight, I think it's a great fight, and I'm not trying to be cynical, but the reality is Eddie Hearn has not delivered any of these fights. So yes, David Benavidez is saying it, but he also has a promoter, Samson Lukowitz, who works with PBC, and Andrade has not been in a fight with the magnitude of a guy like David Benavidez. So, I don't know that it will happen. So I'm not either too high or too low. I'm perfectly centered in the middle. If they can make the fight, it is a great fight. I think it's a compelling story. Both guys feel they've been avoided by Canelo. Hey, get the payday. You want payday. I know that. They both have been pushing that hard line, trying to get the Canelo Alvarez fight to no avail. David Benavidez right here called out Canelo Alvarez. He also called out in this very clip Jermall Charlo, and he says Jermall Charlo is a PUSSY, so he don't want to fight. So since David Benavidez feels he hasn't been able to get other fights that he's been clamoring for whatever reason, the Caleb Plant fight didn't happen, then he just lost to Canelo, lost his belt, so that unification didn't happen. Then he called out Canelo, he has been, and he's called out Charlo for some time, and for whatever reason, none of these fights have opened up for him. So this would be a very great fight between Demetrius and Andrade. Andrade, his style is very awkward. He's a southpaw. Andrade has had the same type of storyline, probably even worse, because Benavidez is only 23 versus Andrade is probably 33, around there, and at the end of the day, Benavidez has time to still get the fights, and Canelo and the different guys, if he keeps winning like this and growing as a fighter, then they're gonna have to fight him at some point. But Andrade's in a slightly different boat, but the similarity and common denominator is Andrade has struggled to get popular fights that he's called out for. He called Canelo a bitch back in the day. The video is probably still on YouTube. Couldn't get any of these fights, so instead of wasting away, make this fight. So I like the fight. I think it's an awesome fight, great stylistic matchup, very intriguing. It's like basically what the other person does gives the other person issue. So David Benavidez, it was shown to me at least, he can be outboxed for some rounds, because I seen it in the Anthony Durrell fight, which I covered live. But he has such a rugged style. If he overcomes that and he hurts you, then he's excellent offensively, and he really tries to put you away. Andrade had issues with a lesser fighter than David Benavidez in Liam Williams, who had that like rough and tumble pressure style. So this is also a very dangerous fight for him. Not to mention David Benavidez, he's been working to keep his weight down, but he's big at 168. So this is more his division than it has Andrade. We don't know what Andrade's power is like at 168. And again, he had some issue in the later rounds with the guy who wouldn't go away in terms of Liam Williams out of the UK. David Benavidez, completely different monster. If he don't go away, you gotta really discourage him, which nobody has ultimately been able to do. And if you can't discourage him, then you're in for a hellish fight. And stylistically, it's a great fight. Eddie Hearn saying yes, make it happen. We'll see if he can actually make it happen. That's really all I have. I'm not going to spend too much time. I'm not really hopeful that the fight will happen. Again, if they can make it, then they can make it. The other issue is I don't like to look too far ahead, and he has the eliminator with David Benavidez, and that's supposed to be a WBC eliminator to potentially fight Canelo Alvarez. So if he gets a Canelo opportunity, I'm sure he would take that over Andrade because of what that means and what Canelo is towards boxing. So a lot of things remain, and I'm not going to get too gassed up. The biggest issue is the fact that Eddie Hearn has not made any of these inter cross promotional fights between PBC and his own fighters like Gervonta Davis and Tevin Farmer. He talked about it, never happened. Andrade fighting Charlo, talked about it, never happened, so on and so forth. So what makes David Benavidez and Andrade any different? Let me know in the comment section. That's all I got. And I'm out. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.